Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nigel here, and today we're back with another fighting game news for a month, and this time we're talking about June. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this video is going to be really long because of Evo, Summer Games Fest, and some other stuff too, so this is going to be a really long video. So if I start to sound a little odd, it's because my voice is like, I need more water. I have a bottle of water with me, so we're going to be talking for a bit. I'm going to try not to talk too much because there's a lot to cover. And yeah, but I like to go into detail sometimes, so it's gonna be like 50-50 in certain things, but I'll do my best to make it not super long. With that being said, there's gonna be timestamps you want to skip to a certain section of the video of whatever topic I'm talking about. And if I do miss anything, let me know down below in the comment section for other people to know, like, hey, you missed this trailer, you know, you could have talked about this. And you know, it's a possibility because a lot of news, I have a lot to talk about here, so I probably could have missed something. Somebody could have fell into the cracks, so I don't mind you mentioning it, but like, please tell me if I did. And with that being said, let's begin with the video. The first fighting game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Virtua Fighter 6, aka Virtua Fighter Crossroads. We've been waiting for this trailer for so long. For the official trailer, we've been waiting for so long, and it absolutely delivered. Like, dude, this is smashing Dead or Alive last round, and we're going to talk about that later. This is smashing Tekken 8. This is going to be the best 3D fighting game. Period. This is going to be the best 3D fighting game we've gotten in a very, very long time. Because how they're showcasing it, and like they're incorporating a story mode that looks good and it sounds good by like what they're talking about, what they're going with it, with the narrative perspective of it. It's gonna be good, and people are actually interested in it because it actually. You can fight in the story mode. It's like it still is like the fighting game part, but it looks a bit different, kind of like a beat 'em up, but not really. I don't know how to describe it. It's its own thing, and this is gonna make people that are casual to fighting games, or just like, hey, I dipped my toe in, I bought the game, and I don't play. I play like whatever other game. This is gonna make them want to play the game. So this is like a very good direction that no other fighting game has ever done. So this is gonna revolutionize just the fighting game landscape of people. Like, your game might need to do this now because of this game. That's how big I think the story mode is going to be. And not even just talking about the story mode, just talking about some other stuff with it. The main character, because there's a new protagonist, it's going to be Cielo, which he uses MMA. So Vanessa, my main, she's gone. So I'm just going to be using him. That hurts a little bit. He looks pretty cool. I like how he's not like, people don't hate him or anything like that, because he's like, and there's like a character trailer for him specifically where he shows homage basically to the old fighters like Wolf, Sarah, Jackie, and Akira and Pai, like in the murals. I'm like, oh, it's like the next generation. I can get with that. So I feel completely fine with him as a character. He looks cool, looks interesting. There's gonna be 4 other characters that they have. Stella, which that means Sarah is not in the game. We all thought that was her, but I guess it makes sense because she'd be a lot older. So I'm like, she's not even related to them, so I'm curious. Or maybe it's like if she has a husband, last name took over type deal. I don't know, but yeah, 4 other characters. Really curious what they're like. Gameplay looks good. David Hayter's like working on the story mode and stuff like that for the narrative. I'm like, okay, we got a lot of people working on this, so I don't think that this is gonna be amazing. Basically, what I'm saying, just to cut it short, it's gonna be amazing. We did get another trailer for the Bakanwa Killer or Bakanwa Killer. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But it's basically the fighting style of Li Fei. So everybody's like, is this Li Fei? But some people are saying that it could potentially be a character from Shinbi, like the main villain that killed like the protagonist's dad. So that'd be really interesting too. So I'm like, okay, there's a few routes they could go here. Some people say it might be like a clone of Lao, which I don't think that's going to be the case. Well, they could do that route. I just don't think they would, because it would make sense why Pai would react like that. Like, how could this be possible? Because her dad's more likely dead. Like, dude, didn't he have tuberculosis? I'm pretty sure he's gone. He's done. So it could go either or with that, but yeah. So we had the official trailer. We had that the Li Fei trailer, and there was a showcase which does show gameplay here that I mentioned. It actually showed the mural thing of like Cielo walking through the street, and there's like the murals of the older fighters. So they talked about a lot. Like, I generally recommend you go like just watch the stuff, because like I can't cover it all. They talked a lot about the game, and it looks good. Like that's all I can really say, because even this is still not a lot of information, because we don't even know who else is going to be in the game. Like, I'm pretty sure Jackie's going to be in the game, but it's a possibility that he's not, so I don't know fully. But man, did they deliver? Abso-freaking-lutely, and people want even more. They want to see more, and I'm thankful of that. And it seems like with the realistic style that they are going, Combos are still going to work. They're just going to look differently. Like there's a comparison of like a wolf combo, and it's like he does the combo in the, like Virtua Fighter 6, and then he does it in 5, and it's the exact same, but it just looks differently because they wanted to make more animations look a bit more realistic, so you can still do the same stuff you did before, which is amazing. So that means you should play 5. Like play Virtua Fighter 5 because that game also looks realistic. It plays fun. Old sound effects, I get it or whatever, but once you dodge a dude's punch or a kick, you're like, oh, I get the feeling now. If you like, oh my goodness, that was tough. That's kind of the feeling. So yeah, but that's it for Virtua Fighter because I could talk for a very extended time about it because I feel as if it has technically the most information. So we're just gonna stop it here because this part will be very, very long if I continue on. So moving on to the next section. The next fighting game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Street Fighter 6 with the Season 4 trailer for the characters. Now, Season 4, the entire roster is new. Now, it's a bit mixed to how people feel about it, generally speaking. Now, if you're asking me how I feel about it, I only care about one specific character. No, it's not Tifa. It is actually Bosch. I want to see how he plays. Like, I'm generally more curious how Bosch plays. Like, I'm like, oh, Bosch is like he's finally playable because like it was kind of hinted that he would be, kind of like how Ed was in Street Fighter 5. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can't wait to see what he does. He comes out next year. I'm like, okay, I have to wait like 8 months, pretty much, or 9 before I can play him because yeah, how they do the DLC. Either way, though, the characters are Yasmin, Arjun, Bosch, and Tifa. Yasmin, they did show the gameplay trailer for recently, which is cool. They're also not doing World Tour, so her trailer was just like straight to gameplay. That's it. She looks pretty cool. I made a video about her, how I feel about her. She looks basically like a better version of Kimberly and Ibuki. So I think it's kind of funny that like, yeah, we don't know how to figure out Kimberly, so we're just gonna make this character. That's what it feels like to me personally. But I digress. I think she looks cool though. Would it be a character I use particularly? Not necessarily, but it's not a bad design. It is, a Filipino representation, so I'm all for it. Yeah, it's all cool to me. Arjun, I'm really curious how he's going to play because it seems like he might do a little bit of yoga, but I don't think he'll do what Dawson does. He's not going to stretch out and stuff like that. I think he's going to inflate himself or something like that. I think they were going to go more of that route, if that makes sense. And he's going to do a bit more. He's going to do air stuff or wind stuff because he like blows it out too. So that's where like the yoga part comes in. But he's going to be a more brawler character, I feel as if anything. So I want to see what he does. I'm really curious on how he's going to work. Tifa, they're probably, I mean, I kind of know the blueprint, Dolphin Punch, the casino thing. There's a lot that could go with her. I'm not really, like, it's cool that she's there. I'm excited for people that want her, but particularly in their moves, I'm not really too curious. I'm not going to main her or anything like that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. She's in the game. That's cool. Bosch, I'm more curious about, if anything, which is surprising and probably to a lot of you, because like since he got brought back to life, because that's what the news story is basically because of Ingrid, and he doesn't know the main character. He's not gonna have psycho power, so I'm really curious what his fighting style is gonna be. So I want to know what they're gonna do with him, and I feel as if I want to use him the most because I always thought his design was cool. And I feel as if he has a lot of potential as a Street Fighter character, especially his interactions are going to be with like JP, for example. So I'm not sure what they're going to do for the arcade mode or anything like that, but that'd be kind of interesting. Also, it is worth mentioning with the Season 4 characters, there's going to be no new stages or anything like that. So I'm really curious if they're going to add something extra for the future because like we're getting actually less this season. I'm not sure if it's because Tifa costs a lot, which could be the case. But it just this season feels like a bit the new characters. I think it's a fresh thing. It's because they've done that before, so people complain about that. I don't really fully get it. I made a video about that, but it does seem like we're getting less here, and I'm thinking they could potentially give us like a free thing this season. I'm not sure what it could be. Maybe like an actual story mode, like a genuine regular story mode, but it's a possibility. Could not be. Who knows? Or they could just be saving it for the big Season 5, which is like, the 40th anniversary for Street Fighter, or 45th. I don't remember, something like that. But that's when the big system either overhaul happens, where like, we get the new HUD, maybe a new system mechanic, or just more moves for characters, something of the sort, something that makes the game interesting, because the game is still blended. Even with these new characters, that's cool, but I'm still playing the exact same, for example, Ryu since the beta, basically, so. And they know about it. This is like they're not doing anything, so this is gonna be for Season 5. But yeah, either way, that's all about Street Fighter 6. Moving on to the next game. Next game we're gonna be talking about here is going to be Tekken 8 with the Bob trailer that happened at EVO. Now, Bob, I'm gonna be honest with you because I was watching EVO with my boys, and Bob looked cool. I like Bob. But I think Bob, out of this entire season, besides Yujiro, which I'm curious about, he's probably the best out of the returning characters. Like, I like him the most. Like, I'm like, yeah, I think Bob is a perfect fit. Like, him not being in the base game was a little bit weird. So it's like, okay, he's back in the game, as it should be. Like, that's how I feel. Like, his gameplay's cool. I like how he did like a fake out headbutt, like he did a kickflip headbutt. That was sick. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's pretty cool. So like he has some cool, interesting stuff. Does he make me want to get in the game? No. But do I like him being in the game? Yes. I think he, out of all the new returning characters, because the other two I like, Konimitsu, don't care about. Roger, don't care about. Bob, he needed to come back. Like it was weird. It was weird. And I'm not even a huge Bob fan. I'm like, oh, Bob, yeah, it's a given, basically. It's a given. It's like Eddie being deal. So like that's weird. So that's kind of how I feel about him. His gameplay is pretty cool, though. His interaction with Kaze is funny, and yeah, that's all there is to say about the Bob trailer. And also the thing at the end with Roger and Leroy, I like how they incorporated that YouTube video with the kangaroo, the dude punching it. They also got consent, by the way, for that, so that's pretty nice too. But yeah, but that's pretty much it for Tekken 8. There's not really any information really to talk about. It's just Bob trailer, which is cool. That's all we really needed. And yeah, next game. The next thing we're gonna be talking about here, and not game because it's gonna be multiple. We're gonna be talking about SNK. This is the XNK settings because they had a lot of trailers. Okay, so we have first off the Kenshiro trailer for City of the Wolves. I'm going to be so real with you. This trailer was not good, but him in game, like when they actually showed like a showcase of him like fighting, he's so cool, and it hurts. It hurts because I know in the Tifa and the Yujiro trailer, they're going to absolutely what's the word, mog the trailer. They're going to destroy this Kenshiro trailer because it's not a good trailer, dude. This did not represent him good. They did not show what he could really do. Him and like how he plays, he's amazing. He's sick, awesome, super cool, 10 out of 10 everywhere. It's just this trailer was not good, dog. It was doo doo. Like generally how I feel, it was doo doo. Him as a character, I always like Kenshiro. I'm not gonna talk about all that, but I just like Kenshiro. But this trailer was just not good. Moving on to the next thing, for SNK, there was the King of Fighters announcement at Evo that we were gonna get an update for 15. That's happening July 2nd, so literally tomorrow. And I'm not gonna lie. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, I don't know some of these stuff, but I saw the characters I use. I'm like, Yamazaki, he can like hold a projectile. Cause I don't think he could hold a projectile from like absorbing from like the arm thing. So I'm like, okay, he can do that now. For Kyo, I noticed it to be like he did a command grab and then an uppercut. Dude, I was freaking out. So that was pretty nice. Okay, okay, you got me back. I'll download the game, even though it's like what was it, like 70 gigs. I'll download it, bro. I'll delete something. I'll try it. I have to. I was hoping for a character announcement, but I get it. But yeah. There also is 2 more trailers we have to talk about for SNK. We have the Art of Fighting trailer, Art of Fighting 3 specifically. They're doing like a 97 thing where it's like it's back and has rollback. So there's that, and it also is adding 2 characters to it, which is crazy to me, which is Yuri and King. Because I'm like, man, why didn't you do that with 13 with Adelheid, bro? Like he was literally, y'all wanted to do that with him, and I don't know. That's for another day. And then there was another thing with Ninja Masters. So that I never heard of this series from SNK, but that is back, and it has like what is it? It's Ninja Masters: The Scroll of Ninja Empire, I believe. I think that's what's called. And this is also coming in like a not a collection, but it's just like that specific game, and then with rollback basically and like online functionality. The weird thing about these 2 games, like the Art of Fighting 3 and the Ninja Masters game, is that they're only on Steam. I find that a bit weird. You can get the Ninja Masters game now. It is on sale. And for the Art of Fighting game, that's not out yet, but it's only on Steam. I'm not sure why we're not going to get console release, so that's a bit weird, but I mean, it is what it is. But it's cool that they're bringing back older games. I would appreciate them to go back to 13, fix the rollback with that, like they did, because it's actually a little bit worse. Fix that up. Add Adelheid, maybe add another character. That's all I'm saying. that's all I'm saying. But generally speaking, SNK actually they delivered a lot of stuff to talk about here. I sped around a little bit here, but it was a lot. Also, Kenshiro, after the grand finals for Evo for City of the Wolves, he came out after that immediately. I knew that because they said it, and also, even though I was with the boys, I was like, I gotta check this out while they're conversating, basically. So, pretty cool all around news from SNK. They were going for King of Fighters, City of the Wolves, Art of Fighting, even older classic games, which is really cool. Generally cool. But that's pretty much all the top up for SNK, which was a lot. I'm sorry, I sped around a little bit, but you know, it's a lot of news because of Evo. But now we're moving on to the next thing. This next section is going to be about Arc System Works games. We're going to have 4 things technically to talk about here, which is going to be first Guilty Gear Strive, then BlazBlue Central Fiction, and then Marvel Tekken with 2 trailers. So, yeah. So, Guilty Gear Strive first. We're going to be talking about the RoboKai trailer. Now, we knew RoboKai was coming because from the last character reveal, man, who was that again? I don't remember fully. It's been a while. They hinted at, they showed his drip, and I'm not gonna lie, RoboKai does look good. He looks pretty sick. Now, him in game looks pretty cool too. If you ask me, would it motivate me to get on the game? Probably not. But the game always looks pretty and stuff like that. So his animations look good. I like how he does for one of his supers, like the Aura thing, like, you know, from JoJo's. Some people are making memes, like he kind of does like the Naoi thing, where in JJK, where like he punches I can't remember the dude's name, but the old dude's brother, and then like flips his hair back. I get the references. That's pretty neat. He doesn't look bad. I like how he's a bit more of a joke character in this, but he looks cool. Like it's a cool way how they're going about it. So I don't mind it. Not bad. Not bad. Am I super excited? No. If they show Raven, will I be excited? I'll dip my toe back in the game. I'll do it. So not bad. Not bad. Now for BlazBlue Central Fiction, this one was a interesting one because I thought, if anything, I thought they would just make a new game eventually. Like, well, no, because they're working on Marvel Tekken, but like, you know, much later. But we're actually getting a new character in BlazBlue Central Fiction, which is going to be Trinity. I think her name's Trinity, like Glassfield, I believe, which looks like a wizard lady. So I'm not sure. The curious thing to me is, I wonder if this character is going to affect the story somehow, even though like the story is pretty much, it's concluded, but like everything's done. But the whole Izanagi, Susanoo, Amaterasu, I thought that was all done. So I'm wondering if this is going to like change something to actually make the story continue. I wonder if they're going to do something like that, but I don't know. So that's the thing that's got me most curious. There's no gameplay for her, we just know what she looks like. So there might be more to the game even now, which is surprising to me, but I wouldn't mind it. Like, generally speaking, I wouldn't mind it. So this is kind of cool. Now, next we have Marvel Tekken, which we have a trailer that I mentioned before, but I couldn't talk about because it wasn't the month. But now we can finally talk about the Knights of Doom. So let's talk the team of Doom. The team of Doom, which consists of Doom, of course, Magneto, aka Magnus, which makes sense, him being his team. These other two do not make any sense, which is Carnage and Green Goblin. Now, they don't make any sense whatsoever. Like, Doom would, like, what? No, that's why are they being his team? But they're cool characters, so I'll shut up. Because Green Goblin, him being represented in like a game, I can't think of a game, like maybe like Friend or Foe, like Spider-Man or something. Like, it's been a while since we've seen like him like in a playable format in a game. So I'm like, I'm cool with that. Or wait, was he playable in Friend or Foe? Oh, I might be wrong with that. But it's just, no, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Carnage, that's pretty cool. I get it. People don't want, people were probably tired of Venom, so the Venom fatigue was there. So Carnage being there, good substitute. Venom will be playable there. I like it. Picasso, cool team, probably the coolest team in the game. Like, if we're being he has the coolest team in the game. You can't, I don't care how you feel about it, he has the best team. Now, for the second trailer, we have the Samurai Outriders, which is technically, I guess, the Midnight Suns, but not really, because it is Ghost Rider's team, which consists of Ghost Rider, Blade, Deadpool, and Loki, which is like, okay, that's interesting, because I remember when people saw it, like, oh, it's the Son of Midnight, or the Midnight Suns, or whatever. Nah, you got trolled. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, no one in that team interests me, maybe except for like Loki and Ghost Rider specifically. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can actually play the game. Maybe I can, because I have those two. Deadpool was making a lot of references. Like, he does like the Nudge Punch from MK. He does, I think, Doom's Dive from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He does the dolphin dash from Guilty. He does a lot of stuff. I think he has a Roman canceled. Like, dude is doing everything. So this is probably the best iteration of Deadpool fighting game. So that's I will say that is pretty cool. Loki doesn't look too bad either, and Blade doesn't look too bad either. So this is not a bad team either. But I still think Doom, when it comes to teams, he takes the cake of like the coolest characters, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion though. But overall, these two trailers were not bad. Like, generally speaking, they were not bad. And we are also going to get a beta that is going to be happening really soon. I think it's like July 26th or 25th, I believe. So, because the game comes out next month in August. So it's pretty good timing. Pretty good timing overall. But yeah, not bad when it comes to trailers from Arc System Works. I think all these trailers were pretty cool and consist of cool things, generally speaking. For BlazBlue, continuation. Guilty Gear, its character. Okay, cool. And the Marvel Token, these are the last characters. So we just got to figure out who the DLC is, and that's pretty much it, really. So, yeah. Yeah, let me stop myself real quick. I actually missed 2 trailers here to talk about for Arc System Works. So we actually have a total of, what is it, 6? Which is going to be, one of them makes sense, the other one does not make sense, because I saw the trailer. Which is the Zohar trailer for Undeniable Birth 2. And this character, I'm not sure if she's necessarily a puppet character per se, which is kind of confusing me, because like she has like this, well, it's more called a doppelganger of her. That's like it's like a nail, but it's like invisible. But it's actually like, you know, the nail is inside of like a puppet or something of the sort. So yeah, her gameplay real quickly, just go over it. Not sure if I like it, honestly. Like, I like the dude from last year, Ogre, or was it 2 years ago? Ogre, that guy. He looked a bit cool as a DLC character person to me. But it doesn't look too bad. I'm not sure what the story is with this character, but they were talking for a hot minute at the beginning of the trailer, so I was like, she's trying to like hide it from somebody. I'm really curious who she's trying to hide from. Second trailer was a Hunter x Hunter Impact trailer, which is the Xeno trailer. Now, I did actually watch the trailer a little bit, like a few minutes ago, for initial reaction, and this one, I mean, he's not actually not that bad. He does actually stuff from the show. They actually incorporated the scene where him and what's his face, Netero, I believe his name, is jumping off the dragon when they're like, you know, approaching the Chimera ants. So that's cool. I like how he still does like the ore thing with his uses his name, like it has like the dragon stuff like that. So that's pretty cool too. Not necessarily a bad trailer, but I'm just not really interested in the game personally per se. But I have to mention the game because, you know, it's fighting game news. I didn't want to forget about it because I think I did it before in the past. So here you are. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising with the id teaser. Oh, I've been waiting for this one because they showed a picture, I want to say like maybe 2 months ago or a month ago, that I'm like, oh, it might make it to Grand Blue Fantasy vs. I'm like, yes, I needed that because id, high key, probably one of my favorite Grand Blue characters, and he's not even canon, bro. Like, he's not even an actual like anime or whatever. He was just made for Relic, and he's so freaking cool, dude. I'm so glad he made it here. I will actually play the game. Like, I played Walnut, so I'm like, okay, he's pretty cool. He's like, I'll use him for now. Like, he all right. I like him. Vam, he needed to be buffed, but I liked him still. I didn't even use what's his face, Seraph. I didn't even really use him that much. I'll be honest. I'm a little fraudulent in that, but I like him in Relink a bit more honestly. But oh, you got me. you got me, bro. I'll re-download the game. No, actually, I don't even think it's deleted. I'll play it. He comes out September. I'm actually really excited for him. Cool design, generally speaking. I like how he actually does have his dragon form too, of course. And I can't remember if it's called Ragnarok or not, but it's a move where it's like he enhances his dragon form into his blade or something like that. I'm not sure if that's exactly what he does, but it goes blue. And he does the move that I think it's called Ragnarok, and he like does a whole bunch of slashes and slams down. I'm not sure if that's going to be just a activation thing, or it's like just another install, or if it's going to be a super install. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. I don't know. Is what I'm saying. I just don't know how they're going to do it. But I just like how he's in the game. It's going to be a minute because I think he's going to come out in September because that's when the Switch version comes out. So it's going to be a minute. But I'm going to get back on the game for it. I generally like him a lot. He's a cool character. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Like, he's just a cool character. I like him a lot. But that is pretty much all this news for Arc System Works. I almost forgot about you for these two. I almost forgot about it. You know, you're here. You're here. That's all that matters. Moving on to the next game. I also almost forgot to talk about Dead or Alive. This is going to be really short because there's not really a lot to talk about. Official trailer. The game has 29 characters. We already knew that because the game's already been out. Last round didn't really add anything except for slightly better graphics. which is cool. No new gameplay changes. This trailer is literally a nothing burger. At the end, it's like, oh, there's also going to be a new female character added to the game called Minato. That is it. It's understandable how I forgot about Dead on Arrival 6 last round. So, yeah, like they didn't do anything. On to the next game. Almost forgot about Rivals of Aether 2. I have to mention the GUI trailer that happened at EVO as well, which he's a brand new character. I actually thought they were just going to add to like some returning characters like the monkey dude or I don't know, Sylvanas or something like that, but I digress, it is what it is. So Sylvanas is like a platypus GUI abomination character. Like I'm assuming he came out of an accident. It's kind of like what it shows in the beginning of like the trailer. Didn't really look into it too much. I will probably later, maybe. And gameplay, he looks mad annoying to go up against. I'm gonna be honest. He looks kind of. It looks like he's just doing stuff. Like I think the most impressive thing to me that like opened my eyes wide was like when he grabs you. Like he puts you in like the freaking arm thing, but it's like a grab, and then like he does his like up throw, and like he just goes all the way up and slams you down. That was like the coolest thing to me. He can go big. He can like turn himself into a cannon. He is like throwable, basically. I don't know. He's just a really weird dude, but interesting. I thought they really would go for a returning character, but I mean, it's cool that they're going for a new. But the thing that's why it's weird to me is because the next character after him, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a guest character from Mina the Hollow, which is Mina. So I'm like, okay, interesting. I guess this will be like the Shovel Knight put in, basically. And because Slade is pretty much Shovel Knight, so they're not going to just do Shovel Knight again, so that makes sense. There's also another trailer for Rivals of Aether 2, which is just a thing where you can... It's just another program, basically, in the game, which allows you to create characters or add characters to the game, which is 2D characters, basically. Like how they already have a thing where you can just create a dude or whatever, like people are adding Yuri and Knuckles to the game or whatever. It's that, but you can actually add 2D, like 8-bit characters, which is pretty cool. So they even allow you to, at the end of the trailer, like you add a Hodan from like the first Rivals. So that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I just wanted to mention that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Rivals of Aether 2. I am just glad that I did not forget to add this to the video. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be 2XKO with the multiple trailers we got. We got 3 trailers to talk about here for characters, which is the Cena trailer first, which is... I have no idea who she is. I don't play League, bro, so you have to bear with me here. She looks like a pretty cool character. She's fighting the werewolf dude, the saber wolf dude, basically. And she's like, hey, I'm scared. Then the monsters fear me, basically. And she has like a gun sword thing. I might be mistaken if it's not that. I don't know. And she has like this green effect where she has like a monster install, basically. So that's pretty much that. She doesn't look bad, like generally speaking. Actually, out of the DLC characters they showed thus far, not in the future, she looks kind of the coolest, like generally speaking. Besides the werewolf saber wolf dude, because I think he's just top 5, bro. Or top 3. No, he's number 1. Let's be real here. And then after her trailer, they showed Thresh. Now he looks cooler than her, in my opinion, at least design-wise. He looks cooler than her, and I think he kind of plays because he was played in Evo, so I think he is out, unless like it was just for the tournament or whatever. But Thresh, he reminds me of Axel. So if I ever would play the game, I actually would lean more towards his character because I actually was pretty good with Axel. So I actually kind of like him. Like how his game plays, it's cool. And he has like this little octopus skin thing too. So not a bad character overall. A lot of green characters though. Like she does green stuff, he does green stuff. Green. And then lastly, there was the Evo trailer, like for the new character Lux. I have no idea who this is. She does not interest me at all. I'm just gonna be straight out. She does not interest me at all. I'm jumping for joy here. Now, Samira. I'm just gonna say Samira, which is pretty much, she was like the Dante of League of Legends, from my understanding. Like she was based more off like Dante, like a Devil Hunter type deal. So she looks cool. She was like the tease at the end, so we don't know what she does in game. But all right, that's kind of cool. But if I were to ever hop back on, besides Alare, I think that's how you say her name, I'm looking at Thresh. Like, and obviously I use the saber wolf too because I did play for a little bit. Looking at Thresh, she actually looks cool. I need to see more of Samira to get a better idea of if I want to use her or not. But not bad trailers. It's just that I haven't really gotten caught into 2XKO too much. I did see it in EVO Finals. It was actually pretty good. Teemo makes me not want to play the game. But that's pretty much it for 2XK. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Avatar Legends, the fighting game with the Kyoshi trailer. I'm not going to lie to you. She looks strong, dude. she looks really strong. She has like a double jump for one of her variations. One of them is like a powered up follow up. And the other one like buffs her pillars. They all seem pretty good. I think the double jump, no. I think the powered up one is going to be the most annoying because I think for her earth bending attacks, I think some of them might have armor if I'm mistaken. So, woof, dude, because she looks like she covers a lot of range. Obviously she's tall, just like how he is, like just in the story. But you know, you don't get to see her fully, but you know, she's always been noted to be very tall, so it's duh. But she has good range, good moves. Her movement doesn't seem that bad, especially if you just use the variation with a double jump too. Especially she has like an air dash or air walk. So she's like a big. Maybe she might get fuzzy. Maybe, I don't know. She looks really cool though. Would it be a character I particularly use? No, she kind of reminds me of no, was it Wilderness or Wildness? I might have been saying his name wrong. Wilderness from Grand Blue a little bit with how strong she seems like she is, but she just has better movement than him. So I'm wondering if she's going to do a lot of damage or not. That's kind of what I'm most curious about. She seems like she would be doing like the highest damage in the game, but I could be mistaken on that. But besides that, we also did get the official trailer, which is surprising because we haven't even seen like Ozai or Zahir, but hey, I'm fine with it. And in this official trailer, we actually know who the DLC characters are. And the first one is Uncle Iroh. That makes sense. Ty Lee, Lin Beifong, which is, you know, Toph's daughter, and Korra, Bolin, and the last one, which is the vote character. We actually know who the voted characters are. And they are Tenzin. Oh, shoot. I don't remember her name, but it's like the main villain from Korra from Season 3. It's like the Earthbending lady. Amon. Boomy, and I always forget her name, dude. Like, she was a part of Korra's team. She didn't have, like, powers related gadgets with her, basically. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm voting for Amon. Like, I don't know who you think I am. Like, I think Boomy's a cool option. And I think the villain from Season 3 is a good option. And Tenzin, old girl with the gadgets, I don't care about her. But Amon, I'm voting for Amon, dude. Like, you are tripping. You are tripping if you're not voting for Amon. Like, I can understand Boomy. But I think because I don't think we have a grappler in the game yet. But then again, we haven't seen like Zahir, Altrasate, Aang, and Korra, and Ozai. But none of them are probably gonna be grapplers. So that's to be fair. But Amon, I really want Amon, bro. Well, no, Uncle Iroh will probably be a grappler, probably, or Bolin. But I want Amon. Hey, we all voting for Amon, right, guys? Please. Come on, please. Dude, it'll be cool. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Amon is. I feel like he would be the best way to go, in my opinion. But that's pretty much it for all the Avatar news. I'm voting for Amon. I'm pre-ordering the game today because I also want to play the beta, which is happening July 2nd if you pre-order the game. So do it today, like now. And yeah, either way, moving on to the next and final game, I believe. The final game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Invincible versus with 3 trailers we have to talk about here, which is the Universal trailer. I was looking forward to her and what she's going to do in the game, and I'm gonna be really honest with you, she doesn't seem that bad. Not that bad at all. But I haven't bought the season pass yet, and I'm gonna be honest with you, real talk here, real talk. Since Invincible Versus has come out, I think the movement is like the biggest problem so far with the game. I do think her gameplay is cool, but I'm not sure how I'm feeling about playing the game, generally speaking. But she does alright stuff. She does stuff that I think she would. She's kind of like, she can do like some setup stuff basically with the lightning, which that makes legitimate sense. So I'm kind of cool with it. I dig it. Now Immortal, I had a feeling like he would have a gimmick where he comes back like Freddy from Mortal Kombat. Makes sense. He low-key, which would be funny, might be a really overpowered character with that mechanic, and I kind of think that is hilarious. Like because no one wants to use him, but he's really one of the best characters of the game. That would be hilarious. Because like for example, Rex Blode is like the weakest character in the game, but he is like top 3 characters in the game, which that's why I find that funny. So him being the strongest would be kind of hilarious, generally speaking. Universe's gameplay is cool. Immortals, he punch, kick, kind of, you know, it's whatever. It's alright at best. But I think his gimmick of him coming back is probably going to be like the thing that makes it the difference, and obviously framed it, of course, but not bad. Abraham Lincoln skin for him is okay. The prison skin for Universa, it looks a little nice. And that's pretty much it. Now there is the official thing, like, hey, season 1 is officially started, and it started, I believe, was it today or yesterday? I think it was today. and this is the official thing. So there's going to be more skins to get if you want to, like for example Anissa with the suit, Lucan with the suit, stuff like that. Just more skins, more stuff to do in the game, which is pretty good overall. So that's the right approach basically. I'm hoping that they address some of the issues with the game when it comes to like the dashing, because like watching it at EVO, I will say this, my friends are like, this is kind of like because like not a lot of time, like, they're just dashing around, it doesn't really seem that fun, which is understandable. The game, like when you hit people, like the combo system, all that stuff is cool, but it's just movement needs a little bit of tuning, at least in my opinion, or something basically. But yeah, but that is pretty much all of fighting game news for this month. If I did miss anything, let me know down below, because there's a high chance I could have, because I almost missed the 2 Arc Sys trailers. I almost completely forgot about them. But yeah, hopefully I didn't sound too weird or goofy. A lot to talk about today. Just a lot. This is probably gonna be like a 30-minute video more than likely. Looking at the recording of me talking right now, it is. But yeah, hopefully it wasn't too bad. And if I, like I said, if I missed anything, let me know down below. And if you liked the video, cool. If you didn't, it's all good too. I can take criticism. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, a great night, a great noon, or whatever time zone you guys are at, man. And I'll see you guys in the next video.